Hi guys, today I've got Michelle from the Peachy Palate in the kitchen and she's going to show us how to make her buckwheat waffles.
So it's a really simple recipe. Buckwheat flour is my favourite flour to use. I usually use the Dove's Farm Foods buckwheat flour. And the reason I use buckwheat flour is just because it's really forgiving. So it makes a really thick batter. You don't need eggs, you don't need to add different flours to the recipe, just buckwheat flour and then a few other simple ingredients. It also means that you don't need to blend your batter, so you can just put everything in the one bowl, and Nicola kindly has everything weighed out for me here. So we'll put the full recipe down below because I probably will forget the amounts as I'm speaking, you know, when you're under pressure. So I think this is about 80 grams of buckwheat flour. To your bowl. We have a little bit of cinnamon, so it doesn't really matter if you don't put all your dry ingredients in at the same time. We have our flaxseed, which is kind of replacing your egg, but I don't make a flaxseed egg, I just add the flaxseed to the mix. This is my favorite baking powder, and I've tried other ones and it just doesn't seem to have the same effect. So I usually add about a teaspoon of baking powder, maybe a teeny bit more, just in case. And then what else do we need? We need a little bit of vanilla extract, just to add a little bit of natural sweetness.
That's my favourite vanilla extract to use.
I know, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty expensive, but it's worth the investment.
It's worth
and
it,
it's a big bottle, you'll have it in the press for ages. I never buy vanilla essence, I always buy vanilla extract. Maple syrup, I say this is kind of optional because I like to add maple syrup on top of my waffles or my pancakes, but I like to add a little bit to my batter. So what is this? This is I'll add like 2 teaspoons maybe. So the waffles themselves aren't really sweet, but like I say, I like to add a good drizzle of maple syrup on top. Then you just add your milk, so we've about 180 mils of milk, and then you just give it a whisk. And once you have a smooth batter, you just leave it aside for about 5 minutes. It just gives a chance for the batter to thicken up because the buckwheat flour just does seem to absorb a little bit of the liquid.
It comes together really quickly.
I know, it's totally foolproof. A kid can make these. And also the flaxseed will just thicken up the batter a little bit as well. So once you have it nice and smooth, you just set it aside for about 5 minutes before you put it in your waffle iron. And in the meantime, you can be preheating your waffle iron. You can already see that starting to thicken up a little bit, so we'll leave it for just another couple of minutes.
It's great how quickly it comes together as well. So if you were making it in the morning before running out, it wouldn't kind of take too much time. Sometimes
I make the waffles in advance. You can actually reheat them either under a grill if you want, in the microwave if you're not opposed to microwaves, or in your toaster. So you can actually just make them in advance.
That's really handy.
Before you put your batter into your waffle iron, make sure that you grease it really well. So I don't use coconut oil, I use a spray oil, doesn't really matter which one, it just is so much easier for greasing your waffle iron. Obviously watch your hands, you can see it is piping hot.
Yeah, it's roasting.
So lash it on, you want to make sure it's well greased. This waffle iron, for a cheap waffle iron, is actually really good for the batter not sticking.
So you wouldn't close it down or anything beforehand, it's good to go straight away?
Oh yeah, no, it's like we've had it on there for about 10 minutes, so it's like piping hot, it's not going to get any hotter. It actually has a little indicator light on top. So like I said, a jug would be a little bit easier, so hopefully I don't spill this all over the place. And if you are worried about adding too much batter, just err on the side of caution, but this one holds.
So do you want it to go right up to the top?
It really depends on your waffle iron. I know that's probably not very helpful, but
I'm asking a million questions, I'm sorry.
You can see that it's come right to the sides, but the top half of it is really deep, so it'll be the one time it doesn't work and it all spills out the sides, but it shouldn't spill out the sides. So it actually takes about 10 minutes. So it's quite a thick.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
We probably should have timed it, so let's start the watch now.
Start the clock.
Once your buzzer goes, get your waffle out of your waffle iron. So you can see it's cooked. It will be cooked through, just trust us.
It looks amazing.
It is quite hot, so mind your hands. And then you just top them as you like. So I'm going to use one of my dairy-free yogurts. This is one of my favorites from Nush. So it's a cashew yogurt.
Oh, it looks amazing. I haven't tried that before.
Oh, have you not?
No, never.
Oh, it's really good.
So head over to my website for the full details on this recipe, and I have a really good sit-down interview with Michelle where you get to hear all about life as the Peachy Palate.